Well, Tim, we're here, the absolute first podcast for Leadership Columbia County, and we've got a proposal, don't we?
I'm excited.
Yeah, and it's going to, I think, using the 7 areas of influence, including family, it's going to make a huge impact when these people are done.
Absolutely. Being able to grow leaders in these 7 areas is really going to make a difference in Columbiana County, maybe in ways we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, I think it's going to have a huge impact. In fact, because of your studies, because of what you've done and your track record, you know what works in leadership training and what does not. And basically, let's tell the audience what we're talking about, because we really just kind of got everybody excited about something. We didn't even tell them what it was.
Yeah.
And that is LCC Lead. That has nothing to do with LCC leadership, which is networking, which is getting to know people in town and working together on a project, and LCC Junior, which is also getting people to understand and invest themselves and get exposure to this area. This is literally leadership training.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's really complementary to those programs as well.
There's no doubt.
It's a deep dive.
Mm-hmm. But you can't do both. It's just too much.
You're right. But I think with the brain drain in the county and people leaving and knowing that statistically we have, a lot of our leaders are older than what's statewide.
Absolutely.
We have such a need to develop leaders really at every level.
Yes.
And I think taking a deep dive into what leadership is, who they are personally, how they are professionally,
yes,
and then how they can impact publicly. Those
Absolutely.
3 Ps within those 7 spheres of influence
yes,
it's a great model to build leadership to make that difference over the next decade.
yeah. And when we're talking about the 7 areas of influence, we're talking about government.
Yep.
We're talking about education. We're talking about arts. We're talking about media. We're talking about family.
Business.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, all those dimensions. And I think building a leadership bench for the county, the community, in all those 7 areas is going to make a difference holistically throughout the county.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially if we get people from each sector. And now they're working on and there's going to be a brainchild project, which we discussed. It's not going to be a fundraiser. It's going to be putting your minds together, a thought leadership. How do we do this better? It might end up costing money, or it might end up saving money. We don't know, but picking one sector and really attacking something and using all sectors to help that sector. Great. If everybody got along, where would we be?
Yeah.
And if there was trained leaders, like actual trained leaders, and I just want, talk to you a little bit about the whole title equals you're a leader myth.
Right. Sure. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think the one thing, so it wouldn't matter what title they have coming into this.
Right.
It's about what you do. It's coming in with more of that servant heart and being able to make an impact. I think one of the things we'll explore a little bit right when we open up is about leadership as influence, the John Maxwell quote.
Love it.
And whether you have a title or whether you don't have a title, first of all, you have to perceive yourself as that leader. You have to have that right self-image to know, okay, this is who I am, this is my identity, and this is how I influence others.
Yes.
And when we start influencing others the right way, I think it changes the people around us, the atmosphere. No matter the title, there's that positional leadership versus moral leadership, which is coming from the inside out. A lot of times people are looking to get leadership from the outside in. Like, give me a title and now I can just roll over the situation. Where I think building people from the inside out, whether they're ready to take on a new position or not, won't matter. They're going to become ready to become different professionally, personally at home with their children,
right,
or publicly on boards, something like that. So I think it's an inside-out approach is what we're talking about.
It's also that whole thing what you're working for is when somebody asks a question, everybody looks at you.
That's right.
What does he think? Or what she think?
Yeah, the old E.F. Hutton.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Who do people listen to?
Yeah, who do people listen to? Now, with this program, If you are interested, you want to get involved, go to our website. It's Leadership Columbiana County, and fill out the application. We'll be deciding pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because we got to fill this class, and we'll be recruiting ourselves too. Yeah. So, really, if you're hearing this and you're interested, you want to be interested. Now, how do you, I'm already a leader. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
Okay. John Maxwell, probably one of the top leaders in the world.
No doubt. More leadership books
studies
than anybody.
leadership every single day.
That's right. You're right.
And if here's the absolute truth about knowledge and skills. When you are an amateur, you think you know everything, and you don't need anybody else. When you're a pro, you know you don't know everything, and you need everybody else, and that is a fact.
That's true.
I mean, I went through martial arts, and I thought when you're an orange belt, you think like you're just the best, and then they bring a black belt in to kick your rear end, and you realize you don't know anything.
Yeah. We call that the wake up call.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But when you become a black belt, you realize you don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, Dr. Figley's worked with a lot of people, and he's going to bring people in that have worked with even more.
Yeah.
The actual brain trust that's going to be available for people, it's more than you can imagine that you're going to be investing in here from time and money.
Absolutely. For Columbiana County, this is an investment, and I appreciate the investment you've made. Greg, when we originally were talking about this, you told a story about your dad.
Yeah.
And it had to do with the ocean.
Oh,
I think we got to talk about that because we're using the ripple effect as an analogy here.
Right.
That you drop that water in personally, then it expands professionally, goes in publicly. Tell us that story a little bit because I feel like I'm now riding on the coattails of your father.
Well, I
think
it's kind of a God thing.
Sure.
When two people get together and you see something, you say, "Wait, I got a story that connects with this."
It fits.
And it basically, I was on vacation with my parents and my two sisters, and we're in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, on the beach, and we're playing around. And my dad goes, "Greg, come over here." And I go, "Okay." And he walks up to the ocean and he points to the ocean and he said, "You see this ocean?" I go, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "It's made up of drops of water." Yes, sir. And if one of those drops of water walked out for a moment, would you notice? No, sir. And if I put it back in, would you notice? No, sir. Let's say you're that drop of water. And I'm thinking, I don't matter.
Yeah, right.
But no, he goes, if you don't do your part, okay, there's a problem, because if I take all the drops of water out, what's left? I go, nothing. He goes, right. So every drop of water has to do its part or there's no ocean. Exactly. And no matter, here's the kicker. No matter what you ever do, son, no matter what you ever do, you'll never be able to give back what you've received in life. It's absolutely impossible. But if you don't do your part, nobody gets anything. And that was powerful. Now, what do you do with that ripple? When you drop that water, that's where Tim comes in, where he goes, the more knowledge and skills you have in leadership, the bigger that ripple, the bigger the wave, the bigger the typhoon, the tidal wave is going to be.
That's right. Yeah, and I think that is the call to action. Do your part.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, great coach of football, always said, do your job. That was the whole mantra.
Yes.
I think in this case, it's do your part.
Right.
Coming off what your dad told you that day.
So Tim, just a quick overview.
Yeah.
What exactly, okay, you talked about personal, professional, right? And then social.
In public.
In public.
Yep. 3 Ps.
Yep. 3 Ps. So just kind of briefly go over what you'll be focusing on in those 3 different segments, and how, for me, what I would say is, if you feel your leadership's a 5, you're probably going to come out as 7, maybe an 8.
For sure.
If your leadership's an 8, you're going to probably come out of 9. You will get even better no matter where you are.
Absolutely.
Period. Because you're going to self-challenge, and you're going to challenge at the level you're at.
That's right. Yeah, and you're going to get what you put into it. So, if you think about that, I think there's really the types of people we would be looking for in this program is, number one, anybody that wants to grow, but more importantly, let's say we have anybody coming in and now they're emerging as a potential leader in whatever they're doing. Or this is another interesting thing. I think you have an individual contributor that has learned to be very good at what they do. and now they might be moving into a leadership position, or the company thinks we're going to move them into a leadership position or management position or supervisor position or whatever it is. Those individual contributor skills don't always translate into leadership skills. It's a whole different skill set. And we see it over and over again. People are put into positions where they have to lead others.
Yes.
And that doesn't equate with being a great individual contributor.
Yeah, the biggest mistake most companies make is they take their best salesman and they make him a manager.
It's exactly right. And this is something that really has to mitigate that challenge that companies have. I think also you might have had that position for a long time, or you may have worked and you might be a seasoned leader,
right?
But now you feel like, there's something more here to give back to in the community. And I want to sit on a board, or I want to do something with a charity, or I want to have social responsibility within my company, but I just don't know how to do that. Or we want to grow people that are aware of that. And I think this is going to provide that too, in ways that seasoned leaders can still grow and to go from that 5 to 7 or 8 as well.
Awesome. So again, I started with a question and I went somewhere else. That's me. But the 3 Ps, would you just briefly go over what exactly I'm going into this program? What do I have to look forward to?
Number one, I think we are going to open with an opening retreat. And that's creating an environment of psychological safety where people can open up and start finding pieces of themselves and of the group that they never imagined they would feel and experience.
Yeah.
Right. So they come in and, I've done the opening retreat for leadership Mahoning Valley since 2018. Leadership Beaver County for a lot of years with Jim Ditmar. And the one thing that I've now learned is the way you open sets the tone for the rest of the next 9 months, right? And so we've got to set a tone, I think, which really is almost surprising, where people open up in ways they never thought they could and start to bond in ways that builds trust with one another. Because most of the leadership we're going to be building is built on some sort of trust that you have with others.
Yes.
Right. And so if we start with that first P of personal, Stephen Covey called it the private victory. You're going to be as effective professionally as you have a private victory. Or your professional will eventually have setbacks because you didn't shape up your personal leadership or your personal self-leadership life. And there might be some holes there.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can close those gaps, understand personal identity, understand emotional intelligence, understand the elements of personal leadership that will make someone effective with the other ripple, with each ripple. Once you move on and you understand that personal leadership, then you get into professional leadership. Professional leadership, you need to be able to resolve conflicts, build teams, know how we function together in our workplace, in our nonprofits, in our charities, churches, other things like that, and be able to lead a group of 2 or a group of 50. It can be anything. So how do we lead on that more small group, team, professional basis?
Yes.
And then I think as we go into the public leadership, we're looking at what are our strengths and weaknesses within our region, in our county. How do we make a difference? How do we go out there and maybe be on that board, maybe make a difference somewhere, maybe on city council, right?
Yeah.
It's anything where we learn our calling and we feel called, we can go out there a little further and extend that reach and that impact.
And how do we manage trust, really?
Exactly.
How do we build it and manage it?
All the way around.
The whole currency of human relationships, and if you don't know how to do that, that's important because you can't connect.
It's exactly right. I think it is foundational.
Yes.
As you said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Class of 25, 26. I think it's going to be amazing. I think that after the people that were smart enough, sorry, but if you're smart enough, you'll get in this program. Yeah. And the people that didn't will be sorry, but the list will be double or triple the following year. And we're only taking between 14 and 21 people. That's it. We have to get 1 from every sector, 2 from every sector, 3 from every sector.
And that's going to be a great mix.
That's the max.
It is.
Because, we want people to get to know each other.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll bond. They'll strengthen one another. They'll get a lot from each other, more so than they could ever imagine, I think.
We're wired for 2 things: story and human relationships.
That's right. Yeah.
So, well, thank you, Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, can't wait.